What's up, everybody? My name is T. Peters. I'm a former professional basketball player, and I am currently a head coach out here in Texas and also an owner of an AAU organization. All right, so being that I help, both my players from my high school and my AAU organization get, college looks so they can play at that next level, I want to talk to you today about how this pandemic is affecting recruiting. Okay, so at the time of this recording, it is currently May 19th, 2020, and we are in the middle of a dead period. And that dead period, according to NCAA, is expected to be up by May 31st. But who knows, things could change. We'll see how that goes. But if you didn't know, the dead period means there's no in-person contacts. That means no in-person recruiting. So, no official visits to college campuses, no visits from coaches to your house, and that also means no in-person evaluations. But phone calls, text messages, and emails are all still, coaches can still do that and reach out to you. So how does that affect the recruiting calendar? For those of you who either coach AAU or play AAU, you know one of the biggest months as far as recruiting is April, the live period, of course. So normally there are 2 live events in April, which allow college coaches from all over to come out and scout. And during this time, you got your Nike EYBL, your Adidas, your Under Armours, and for us down here in Texas, we have a Great American Shootout. You got the Preps Hoops Network that also holds great tournaments during those live period. That allows those coaches to get out during those tournaments and see the players, whoever they're trying to recruit or whoever needs to be recruited. They allow those coaches and scouts to get out there and evaluate those players in person. These live periods that go on in April are usually a big deal to teams. I mean, like every AAU team, no matter where you're from, no matter what state say every AAU team during these live periods are usually at some tournament trying to get their players seen. Okay, as I said earlier, for now, the dead period will end May 31st. So what that means is that if this does happen, the June and July live events are still a go. This includes the NBA Top 100 Camp, 2 live periods for high school in June, and then the 2 live weekends in July. But of course, if the dead period is extended all the way to the end of summer, none of those events will happen. So how are coaches recruiting if they can't see players in person or get them on campus? Basically, as of now, they're recruiting like the rest of us. I myself, like I said, I'm an AAU owner, so I reach out to coaches. I'm also well connected with several coaches down here in Texas as well as Oklahoma. So I reach out to those coaches via text, email, calls. They're doing the same thing. For the players that I've gotten signed so far this summer, everything has been through text, calls, or email. So this year they're doing things a little bit different. Since there's no on-campus tours as of now, they're sending out the virtual tours, which will allow you to virtually see the gym, locker room, dorms, athletic, building, admissions building, and all that type of stuff like that. So there's no, it's not the same feel as if you was there and get to experience what it may look like at you playing there or, visioning yourself hitting a jump shot from whatever spot on the floor. It's not the same this year. All right, so one thing that may help out recruiting this year for a lot of the youngsters, especially the 2021 class and beyond, is the highlight tapes. Because that's what coaches are relying on, even for my unsigned seniors. Highlight tapes is basically what every coach is relying on right now. Sometimes highlight tapes can sell a false dream. You get there on campus, highlights only show the good. So we all know that. Highlights show the good. They don't show everything. But as of now, use it to your advantage. That's the only thing that coaches have to recruit you off of right now. So make sure your highlight tape is good and send that out to them. All right, since this whole thing is started, of course, no basketball has been played as far as the tournaments go. So what does that mean? Well, that means you gotta do, in my opinion, 4 certain things. Now, number 1, gotta make a highlight tape. As I said earlier, that is the best recruiting tool right now to send out to these coaches. And when you make your highlight tape, no longer than 3 minutes. 3 minutes, 30 seconds at most. These 5-6 minute highlight tapes, they're cool for when you send out to your family, friends. They look good. They can see all the highlights that you don't want to, leave out. But as far as from a coach, and I'm well connected with a few coaches down here in Texas, as I said earlier, they only watch 2 to 3 minutes max. They're not going to sit through a 5-6 minute highlight tape. But make sure in your highlight tape, make sure you put something in there that grabs their attention, especially from the start. As soon as they start playing, you need something that'll grab their attention from the start all the way up until the finish. Like I said, 2.5 to 3.5 minutes should be your max. So, step number 2, have full game film on hand. Now, Go through, previous high school games. You can go through a few of last year's AAU games. Have a full game film, whatever game film that you think was your best. Please remember this. Coaches know that there's no such thing as a perfect game. You're gonna have some turnovers. You're gonna have some type of mistakes in there, but they understand that. They know nobody's perfect. They know people have mistakes all the time. Turnovers and stuff will happen. But have what you think is your best full game film on hand. That is definitely going to be another helpful recruitment tool for you, because they want to, they can't see you in person, but they at least want to see a full game of what you do. Do you box out? Do you rebound? Do you hustle? Do you dive on the floor for loose balls? Do you make the right play? Things like that will help you out. So make sure in your full game highlight film that you have those things in there, okay? Number three, start filling out questionnaires on the on the websites of the colleges that you plan on attending, that you would like to attend. Every athletic website, once you go to the basketball section, sometimes there's just a little tab up top that says questionnaire, and then you'll select basketball. Make sure you fill those questionnaires out, okay? They actually do play a huge part. A lot of coaches look at that, and that's what gets you on their radar. Especially now, since they can't go to the AAU tournaments and things like that, since all that is shut down, the questionnaires will help out a lot. That'll get you on the radar. They may email you back. It may be the head coach, assistant coach, grad assistant. A lot of times, especially in this time right now, somebody will message you back, and that'll put you on their radar. All right, the fourth step. After you've done all that, you got your highlight tape, full game film, you fill out the recruitment questionnaires. Let's say it's just a school, that you're still just really interested in, or you can't find a questionnaire, but school you're interested in, you fill out the questionnaire, you haven't heard back, you go on a few websites, you can't find a questionnaire. So what do? Email the coaches. Email the coaches. Email the head coach, assistant coach. You can email the grad assistant. If there's an email provider on the website, email the coaches. Now, in this email, don't make it too long. Don't oversell yourself. Some things you want to mention, of course, your name, your height, your position. You can put what class you're in, the school that you go to. You want to put, you can put your previous year stats in there. Sometimes it matters, sometimes it doesn't. Some people like to put their awards, first team, all district, and all that. A lot of times that stuff doesn't really matter. If you can fit their system and their style of play, all that doesn't matter. Once they see it on the highlight tape or your full game film, they'll enjoy that. So name, height, position, school, stats, cool. Now, you can put a little bio about yourself. In that, you can mention your strengths, your weaknesses. You can mention, what you're really good at. Are you a shooter? Are you a pure point guard? Are you a combo guard? Are you a wing? You play inside out? Are you a stretch four? You want to mention all that in just a little short bio. It doesn't have to be too long. Last thing you want to include in that email, of course, is your contact information, your cell number. You're emailing them, so they should have your email address. You can put your parents' cell, email, whatever. But one thing I always include, your AAU coach's cell number or email, the contact information for them, as well as your high school coach. A lot of coaches like to reach out to other coaches and get the full scoop. Sometimes people, like I said, they sell a false dream. So put your AAU coach's information in there. Put your high school coach's information. Either or. It doesn't have to be both. You can put either or, whichever one you feel is more comfortable, with selling you. Make sure to put that information in there, okay? Hope this information has helped you out a lot. If you made it this far in the video, please like and subscribe to the channel, as I will be putting out more content like this in the future.